Welcome to the Rustic South. It's Sherry. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're in the mood for some patriotic themed decorations. We are making one today. So I'm using a cutout, if you will, using the Cricut. If you have a Cricut, this is perfect for you, but you do need to have the Access type of account, right? So I can provide you a copy, a picture of it. I don't believe I can share the actual cutout, link to it. But hopefully you can find something similar to it on the internet, or you can, probably blow it up on your screen and copy it on a piece of paper and then copy it to your board if you wish with a piece of carbon paper. I used to do that all the time. So here I'm going to be using a board from the Dollar Tree. I would say it's probably, it's a rectangle. It's more probably like a 12 by 12 or square. So I'm going to do a paint technique on this board to start with, simply because I was wanting to have some different colors in the background. So I start out with this blue from the Dollar Tree, which is a dark blue. That one there, it's a dark blue. It's from the Crafters Collection, I think is what it's called. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm painting this. I just wanted it to have coats of paint underneath it, okay? That's the look I was going for. So I'm doing a dark blue. I add black. I think we add brown, a tan color. Here's black. And I don't necessarily let it dry in between coats or in between strokes, if you will, or different colors. I use a little water because this board is soaking up the paint. Here is a green color that I'm using, which is, I believe, that's apple barrel, but I'm not sure. That's an older color green I had from many years ago. And I think we use gray and tan. I was originally going to do a Mod Podge picture on here, but it wasn't turning out, so we'll do that some other time. And here is a light blue from the Crafters Collection from Hobby Lobby. I've used that before, so that one you guys have seen me use. If you've seen other videos, those are pretty cost-effective prices at Hobby Lobby. I don't think I see that brand anywhere else but Hobby Lobby. Again, there's no real rhyme or reason to any of these colors, this technique, or anything else. I'm just playing around more or less with this, but I like the outcome that it gives. So with today's craft, we're going to be doing a flag stencil that has what looks like a mother cow and a calf on it. Rustic, weathered. It's almost parts of the paint and stuff come off while I'm taking off the vinyl off of it. So it's very, it looks very rustic. I actually like it a lot. The one thing I did not do is I did not put a frame around it. You might want to pick something that you can put a frame around, but that's up to you. I did use tissue paper to kind of give it a frame, just because I didn't have a frame that particularly fit that size of board. So now I'm covering it, or I am rubbing on it wax from a candle you can get from the Dollar Tree or any store. Doesn't matter, because we're going to do that chippy look, okay? And let me take this opportunity to thank everybody who has been subscribing to the channel and commenting. I truly appreciate it. So here is the white paint I'm going to use. It's by Behr, and it's a chalk paint. So after we got done putting the wax on, we're going to now put the white paint on the top, and then we're going to scrape it with our putty knife. And of course, you don't have to have 100% coverage on this, right? Because you're going to scrape it anyway, so I wouldn't worry about 100% coverage. It will be all right. And let me continue with my thought from earlier. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the craft that we're doing, and I hope that you'll give it a try. If you like what you see, if you're enjoying what you're watching, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. I load videos usually once a week, sometimes twice a week. It just depends how my week goes. I sure would like to have you back again. I sure wouldn't want you to miss out on any videos. And comment if you so wish. So let's dry up this white paint so that we can scuff it up. I'm wondering how many of you guys have ever started a project, which I'm sure you all probably have, started a project and then totally just don't like it, right? Or it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. I so wanted it to work for the Mod Podge picture that I was wanting to put on it, but it just didn't work. I think I need to change my printer cartridge and my printer. So now we're going to scrape it now that we've got it dry. So let's chippy it. I really do like this technique though. I like the chipping. I do use quite a bit of wax when I do this. I'm not scared to use the wax. But see right now, scraping that off, it looks just like an old piece of wood, right? I mean, if it was thicker, it would be super awesome, right? Super awesome chippy wood. It would be nice if it was a nice big beam or something that I had like laying around somewhere that I could just cut up and use. Don't have any of those. Now I do go across this the opposite direction as you see. I wouldn't do that. I don't like the two different directions. That's my opinion. Do what you will, but I don't care for the scraping going the different direction. I like it only the one direction. So, but it's up to you. Okay, so there it is, and we were going to do that other picture you see there, but it didn't work. So here is the Cricut Design Space SVG that I used to make today's craft. And I don't believe that I could copy that link for you guys. I'm not sure because this is my first time doing a Cricut design on my channel. So I still have to look into that a little more. But here we go. If you have a Cricut, then let's get it out. Let's use it. So what I'm doing here is I've laid it in the middle because the picture that we're going to use has the stars in the corner, right? So I'm marking where the stars section of the flag will be on this board so that I can mark it off because we're going to paint that quadrant blue. I'm trying to remember the size of the printable that I did for the board. It seems like it was like, oh gosh, I've done a couple since then. It seems like it was like 12 by 15 or 12 by, Yeah, it's not a square. It's more like a rectangle. So it's more like a 12 by 15 or 12 by 14 or something board. And you can even use the backside of a picture frame. If you have an old picture frame laying around, you could do this on the picture frame, um, the backside of the picture frame, right? Like if you take out the glass and stuff, you could do that. So now we're painting the corner blue because that's where the stars are going to go. So I want that part blue. I'm getting that first corner started on your Cricut designs is sometimes so frustrating. It feels like it's taking forever. Now I haven't actually done a Cricut Design Space craft in quite some time. So let you know too, when I had that, when I was marking the flag area, when I had the blue vinyl laying on here earlier, I marked the corners as well for the vinyl so that um, I had a point for each corner so I knew where I needed to lay this down when I laid it down where it needed to go. So if you're going to do this, you need to, or I did, just so I had like equal sides, right? Like a frame on the corners. So I outlined the corners so I knew where to lay it down. Okay, so now we're going to pull off this and then we're going to start weeding and painting our, doing our stenciling. So, hey, I'd like to know in the comments if you guys have a lot of stuff in your, if you will, in your kitchen or in your home that has animals on it, like farm animals. If you're watching my channel, you're probably into farmhouse or grungy, maybe a little bit primitive. I mean, I don't do too much primitive, but so I would be interested to know how many of you guys actually have stuff in your house, that has cows or sheep or chickens or that kind of stuff on it. And do you guys actually do crafts with um, you know animals in them or on them? Okay, so here I'm weeding out the stars. So if you're familiar with vinyl, so you understand the weeding process here. So there's little stars all in the corner here. So we're going to be weeding those out. I am not going to have you watching me sit here weed this, so we will skip forward here in a second on this. So we got all the stars out. So, you know, from pulling the vinyl off, so I told you this is apple barrel white paint. So I told you in the beginning that when I painted this, as I pulled off vinyl, some of the paint on the bottom came off. Some of the white came off, I'm guessing because of the wax we had underneath it. So it's going to look really chippy um, as you're peeling the vinyl off of it too, if you do that same kind of technique with the wax and the chippiness before you put the vinyl on. So it at least I think it will, because it did it on mine, and I've never done that before. That was the first time I had done a chippy background with vinyl, so that was a new experience for me. But anyway, when I pulled the stars out, a lot of the blue paint came out with it, so a lot of it was already white anyway. But anyway, so we painted those white, and then just for a little contrast, a little interest, I use over the top of the white, just a little bit, not complete coverage, of a metallic gold, which I will show you here in a second. Metallic gold paint. There it is. I'm sorry, I cannot read the name of that. It is folk art, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. So I stenciled that on top of the white. Not 100% coverage, just, you know, wherever you want to put it, right, kind of thing. So that was kind of fun to add that, because I wasn't originally going to do that, but it adds a little whimsy. You know, in the end, there's not really that much there, so you don't really get, you know, glitter effect from it anyway. If you get close to it, you can see it. You can see that there may be something there, but it's a little whimsy. So So yeah, whenever you're doing different colors on the stencil like this, um, I would maybe use a dryer in between each one, because you're going to possibly, you know, maybe get some paint in other areas, colors that you don't want. So just be careful with that. So here we're going to weed out the cows, and I decided I wanted them brown. I don't know about you guys, but I think cows are just so cute. Um, I've never done I've never done a craft paint with cows before, but the one that I did see in Cricut Design Space, no, I think I saw one on the internet. I thought was super cute, and that's what made me go to Cricut Design Space to find something. I really liked, they had painted the cows in a red, white, and blue kind of faded look. It was really adorable, and I would have liked to have mimicked that, but I don't know if it would have turned out really great. Um, so I stuck with just brown and white, white spots for the cows. And I did. I'm cutting them off at the bottom there, because on this vinyl cutout that I did, it has grass cutouts along the bottom, and I didn't want that in the stencil that I'm making. So I do not pull the grass part out. So I end up having to just cut cut it off at the bottom for their feet, um, because it's kind of connected to where the grass area is. So anyway, so here's the brown. This brown is a brown that's from Dollar Tree. I did get this brown at least a year ago, if not 2 years ago by now. I know they still carry this brand, but I'm not sure what colors they have. So check it out next time you go. But you could also use burnt umber and apple barrel, which I think is what I put on the screen earlier, just because, um, the color is so similar. So, I mean, if you have that, go for it. And I am leaving some white areas because I want the cow to be brown and white. Um, so, and even later I go back and add a little bit of white here and there on the cows just to make it more, my own original, you know. Each cow is different. It's like every kid, they're all different. So here I'm using a brush just because I'm so close to the stars in that corner. So I was trying to keep the brown from getting on the stars so I didn't have to correct any overage there. So I just used a brush around the edge there on the head. Oh, I do hope you guys like this. I just thought this was so much fun. I love doing the farm animals kind of theme stuff mixed in with other stuff, right? So I'm wondering if you guys would leave me a comment and let me know, do you guys like doing crafts from, something like this that is totally, unique from beginning to end? Or do you guys like crafts that, a lot of people go to thrift stores and so forth and buy things and just redo those? Do you like those more? Do you like those just as much? I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to get a feel for what people like. Um, yeah, just wondering, just wondering. Because I'm just wanting to, you know, um, do stuff that hopefully you guys, enjoy watching, that you guys want to see, right? So here, whenever I'm pulling off this vinyl, you're going to see on the back side of this vinyl. See the white paint that's coming off on the vinyl? So it's coming off, the white is coming off all the way down to what looks like the black or the blue or whatever color happened to be there in the technique that we did first thing, right? So yeah, so the vinyl is pulling off the paint, which at first I was like, oh no, but we're going to paint these strips of red, a dingy red. And all I can say is it just adds to, the overall theme of the channel, right? So it wasn't such a bad thing. I mean, normally I would be like, oh my gosh. I don't know how you guys are, if you're a perfectionist or not. I mean, there are times for perfection, of course. Um, but it kind of fell into my lap when it did that. Um, so yeah. Yeah, and just make sure your vinyl is pushed down really well. You also may find something like this on Etsy or, eBay or something like that. I'm not sure. So, if you guys want to go, this one is, yeah, Red Oxide from Dollar Tree. It's that same brand as the brown, but this one is Red Oxide. This is that, I call it a dingy red. It's kind of a dirty red. It's not a true red because, for not primitive, for farmhouse, I like the darker, darker, dirty looking red, right? You know, if you guys are not going to make this, you know, dingy farmhouse, then, you know, go for whatever red you want. I'm all for choices. So yeah, you guys leave me a comment on what you like. You know, are you liking the stuff that I'm doing from start to finish that's unique? Or do you guys like, do you guys like, you know, made over thrifted stuff, right? That's what I would like to know. If you guys would leave a comment, that would be great. I think I might do a survey on the channel and see what you guys enjoy doing the most, and maybe what you guys would enjoy doing next if you want to stick with some more patriotic themed things for right now, or if you would rather, you know, see some spring type crafts, because I do love doing both of those, right? I haven't done any spring ones. Probably, I don't know, in a month and a half or so. I did one yeah, about a month and a half ago, but that was the only one that I did. I did that one kind of early before even spring was here. So, and that was for a door hanger for your front door or a shelf. It could have been on a shelf, but whatever. So if you guys would leave a comment, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it so much. And I really wish I could share this um, you know, link with you, but I do need to look into that because it's a little on the tricky side. Um, so hopefully you get a chance to look around this weekend, maybe find something on Etsy that you can get and print or have it sent to you. Or if you have Cricut, you could probably get your hands on this. I love that dingy red. You guys like that dingy red? I think it's so perfect for this kind of stuff. I'm actually disappointed that they don't have that color there anymore. I can't seem to find it there. So we're almost done with the painting aspect of this. We have just a couple more here, and then we're going to peel off the vinyl. And that's where you're going to see the paint really peel off then. Okay, so now we're done messing with the vinyl, the stencil, so now we can peel this off. Yeah, and make sure you blow dry it too, because you don't want to mix your colors and then have to go back and fix something whenever you're... Well, that's right. Okay, so what I do is I take my ruler and lay it down right to the edge of the vinyl so that we can make a line, so we know where to, because I told you I'm going to add tissue paper around the edge to kind of give this a frame. So I drew a line just so we kind of, so I kind of know, and you guys can see where the tissue paper, you know, should lay up to, or, you know, gives you an idea. You can see the line barely on the screen when you're looking at it there. So you can kind of see where, see the paint still peeling up on there. But yeah, so I drew like a frame around there, the edge of the vinyl, so we know. The only thing is with using the hair dryer, sometimes the vinyl can stick to the paint when you take it up, when you're pulling up the vinyl. So be delicate with it when you're pulling it up. How often do you guys use your Cricut machine? Do you guys still use it quite often? Look at all the paint that's on the back of that vinyl. I can't get over how much of it came off. But, I mean, a good deal of it did stay on too. Again, be super gentle with it, right? When you're peeling it up. All right, finally. See how much of the white actually came off? But it's perfect. I mean, even in spots, there's some of the white is sticking up. So now we're going to distress it with our distressed oxide. Because eventually, once I get done distressing it with distressed oxide and my ink, my brown ink pad, I am going to put Mod Podge over it just because I want, I don't want any more of the paint to peel off. Can you guys hear my cat snoring? My cat is snoring. This I actually enjoyed making. I think it turned out really, really just the way I was looking for. I was wanting something patriotic and something with cows, and it just turned out so cute. And I do wish a little bit more of the blue would have stayed in the background in the upper left corner, but it did not. So, yeah. But anyway, I think it turns out really cute. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the video. Please subscribe and like and comment. Those are all things that you can do for free. So here we're going to get out tissue paper. Now this tissue paper I have is from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, so this one I'm going to cover it with the Mod Podge to seal in all of the stressed oxide. See, there's a piece of the paint that actually came off. I'm trying to put it back over where it goes because I want it to stay. My cat is snoring. So yeah, so I cover the whole thing in Mod Podge just to keep everything intact. And this is matte Mod Podge, okay? And then here it is. I have it on display in my haul. So now we've covered it with Mod Podge all in the center. Now we're going to do the edge and put the tissue paper on. I'm I'm so sorry if you guys hear a weird noise in the background. It's my cat. And I know some people leave Americana type stuff out all year round. Again, you can leave this out all year round. You don't have to have it out just for the holidays. I think I might like to try to find some place in the house that I like to display it so I can leave it out all year round as well. So I am trying to do something a little differently here with my videos than the few of them I've done in the past. So instead of speeding up my videos, I'm just clipping out portions that are, like repetitive kind of thing, or that, is like this, putting the tissue around the whole side. I know you guys don't want to sit and watch me do that for 10 minutes. So, I cut out portions of that so you guys don't have to do that instead of speeding up the video. So, hey, if you leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you like videos that are sped up, or if you would rather, the cutout, there be cutouts of it. So now we're going over the top of the tissue around the edge with Mod Podge just to seal it. And then we will put some antiquing wax or distressed oxide around the edge as well to dirty that up. But, I'm back to what I was saying about the video. If you guys would leave me a comment, let me know if you like, this here. And also, sorry, so from the napkins, I had bought napkins at Dollar Tree, which I had in another video, the one right before this. It had a bunch of words and numbers and flags and stuff on it, and the 1776 came from that napkin that I had. And somewhere I wanted to put that on here. I thought it was cute. I liked it. So that's why I'm adding that to the picture. Okay, if you see me doing that there, that's where that came from. So if you happen to have those napkins from the Dollar Tree that I had in my last video, that is where that is from. So here we're going to distress oxide around the edge. Now I went around the edge with, of course, sandpaper, and now I am putting distressed oxide. Or you could put antiquing wax. You could put antiquing wax over the entire thing if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to use the distressed oxide like we did earlier before the Mod Podge. But you can see it adds a nice dingy look here and there. It's not completely dingy, right? In the picture itself. So yeah, so we are almost done here, guys. This is like the last step. I hope you are enjoying it. And please leave me a comment. I know I asked you a couple different questions today during the video. If you guys get a chance, drop me a comment about that. Would be so awesome. And again, thank you so much for dropping by today. I hope you are enjoying the video. Please leave me a comment. And there it is. There I have it styled with what we made the other day. It's in my hallway. There's the candle we made and the tin bucket that we made the other day. And that's in a jar I made too as well, was a light up in my hall. I put blue lights in it for the patriotic theme. And there you go, guys. That's some other stuff that we made there. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good one.